The farmlands of Maryland's Caroline County hide a long brewing conflict.
I've been threatened with the sheriff. They said they'd bring a gun out, their shotgun, if I entered their land without notifying them first.
This nurse practitioner visits migrant farm workers in agricultural labor camps. She wants to remain anonymous to protect her work and her patients.
I carry about 6 or 8 chairs with me and a little table, and we set up our clinics underneath the trees.
She says farm owners routinely intimidate her against contacting their migrant workers. One farmer demanded to see his workers' medical records.
He said he had paid for those workers and that he had a right to see their medical records. We disagreed on that, and he told me to leave and not come back.
Other people who deal with migrant farm workers have similar stories. Nora Rivero and Nathan Norton are activists with Maryland Legal Aid. They too say farmers stop them from having access to migrant workers on their land, but they say that's not legal.
Farm workers are essentially like tenants, even in grower-controlled property, so they have the right to receive visitors, particularly legal services, clergy, and healthcare providers and the like.
Buenas noches.
Activists say growers don't want them on their land because they don't want their workers educated about their rights. Otherwise, the workers might demand higher pay or better working conditions, and that would cost the growers money. So the activists say farmers use intimidation to keep them away.
One of the things the growers yelling at me was, you could be thieves. I got the right to shoot people on my property.
On this day, Nathan and Nora drive to a farm where a worker has died of a stroke. Her family in Florida wants their help sending her body back. Anthony DeMay is the dead woman's nephew. They worked on the farm together. He says workers here fear that speaking with people like Nathan and Nora could cost them their jobs.
I know my rights. Unlike them out there, they don't like to utilize their rights, especially from what I learned up here. With a lot of people in the camp, they kind of scared to use their right.
The interview is cut short. The owner has discovered we are here and wants us to leave.
Okay, thank you all. I'll be in touch tomorrow.
The owners of the farms we visited did not return repeated phone calls for interviews. And farmers associations we spoke with said the activists have exaggerated the issue. They say aid workers demand unfettered and unreasonable access to farm property. But the situation is serious enough that a coalition of rights groups has asked the United Nations to pressure the U.S. government for help. Otherwise, this nurse practitioner says she will have to continue sneaking around to give crucial medicines to sick workers.
I would like for us to be able to go there when there is a need and not have to continuously notify someone or try to intercept the people at the local laundromat to give them blood work results or pass over medicines instead of being able to go to their homes.
Understand me about your cameras?
For now, aid workers like Nathan and Nora feel as if the people they want to assist are simply out of reach. For VOA News, Rabiee, Caroline County, Maryland.